Live. So this is going live out to LinkedIn. I'm going to bring that up in a tab so I can keep an eye on it and answer back if anyone asks any questions during the event. So yeah, welcome. My name is Alex Smith. This is a kind of a special lead generation masterclass with Olivia Smith. No relation to me. Great surname though. And we're looking at unique you. How to win more business. So, do you want to just give a bit of a backstory and an introduction? But yeah, basically, I met Olivia through LinkedIn. It's just the power of networking, isn't it? So yeah, hand over to you to make a start.
Well, thank you for inviting me on to do this. I love doing these networking sessions, these sessions where I can just teach a little bit about what I do and how I do it. So I started LinkedIn. My LinkedIn journey started through just posting about my journey myself, which was a year ago. And since doing my own journey on LinkedIn, I've totally realized how easy LinkedIn is for growing your personal brand and doing it by storytelling about yourself. So over the last year, I've taught hundreds of people how to use LinkedIn for their personal branding journey. And I'm going to teach you all today about some of my tricks, hacks, and how you can do it for yourself without stressing out. At the end of the day, LinkedIn, your own marketing for your own company shouldn't be a chore. It should be something fun. It should be exciting because this is how you gain leads. And if you're finding it boring or a chore or something you have to do, then you're doing it wrong. So I'm here. I'm going to tell you a bit about how I do it and how you can do it for yourself as well. So I'm just going to share my screen. So I've got a little presentation that I'm going to share. So 1 second. Where is my camera gone? So I'm just going to share my Canva. So I am going to present my presentation, which is all about unique you. So me and Alex actually thought this, well, he thought of the name and I back the name. The name's really good. This is about how you can really, really use yourself, your personality within your personal branding on LinkedIn and gain insights and leads from it. So let's go. Alex, I don't know if you want to jump on, but from my perspective, the presentation's darker. Does that mean it's dark for everyone?
We can see it fine on our side. So
just for me?
Yeah, it's all clear.
That's fine.
Yeah, clearly
Right,
can read everything. It's all fine.
I just wanted to double check in case people thinking I can't say anything. Okay, cool. Back to it. Thanks, Alex. So a little bit about me. I am a LinkedIn trainer and coach. And I'm from East London. I'm 22 and I'm really passionate for building personal brands on LinkedIn without the faff. So I've been doing this for like 3 years now. I used to just offer Instagram, Facebook, but when I started to discover LinkedIn like a year and a half ago, I was like, whoa, this is the avenue I need to stay down. LinkedIn, I've been a LinkedIn coach and pro for about 1 year now, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love working with independent business owners who have a story, because that story is what makes you stand out. I'm from East London, but I'm trading globally. Got clients in Australia, America. It's like mind-boggling that I do this, but that's the power of LinkedIn, is that you can work with anyone all over the world. So what makes me different, before I start teaching some of my methods, one thing that makes me different is that I'm a LinkedIn coach. So not only is powerful and results driven, because that is obviously essential when you're offering a service to be results driven and have the credibility, but I am very approachable, affordable and relatable, if I do say so myself. So many LinkedIn coaches aren't these things. Yes, I said it, I'm being that person that sticks out, because some people make LinkedIn intimidating, and that should not be the case, because LinkedIn is actually really easy to use and it's really easy to grow on there. You just got to know what you got to do. And so, yeah, I'm here to help, support and coach you. Over the last year, I have had the pleasure of training hundreds of people to use LinkedIn. I pride myself with the results I give from my one-to-ones, management clients and group coaching programs I really, really make sure that you know what you're doing on LinkedIn, know what I'm teaching you, and actually use my methods, because when you use my methods, you get the reaction of, I can't stop looking at my phone, the notifications are crazy. That's the results I give. If you don't get results like that, then you're doing something wrong. Anyway, let's get down to it. So as freelancers, as business owners, we are our own biggest supporters. We do everything, especially if you're a one-man band. If you might have one team member, you are doing everything on your own admin, your own socials, your own job as well. You're doing everything. But there is so much competition out there. There are so many people doing the same thing as you. Like, I know that there is loads of LinkedIn coaches out there. I'm not gonna lie. There is competition. There is hardcore competition. But we need to separate ourselves from them, right? So this is where we think, how do we do that? We need to stand out from our competition. So there could be 10 LinkedIn coaches in this room that I'm in right now. What's going to make me stand out? 2 words: your personality, right? That is it. That is baseline of what's going to make you stand out. Because I know if there's 10 people offering holidays, like, I don't know, if I want to book a holiday and there's 10 people that are offering holiday services, and I'm thinking, oh, who do I go to? Like, there's 10 people offering the same thing, right? It's the person that I talk to and actually relate to. It's the person that I talk to and actually can have a conversation with and might have a bit of banter with, or they're actually down to earth. And the way you show that on LinkedIn or your social media is through your content. Okay. So yes, obviously through your engagement as well, but without fail, from my own perspective on LinkedIn, what gets you in front of people more so than ever on LinkedIn is your content, right? So yes, your engagement is very important, and you all know this anyway. Obviously, you all use LinkedIn. Engagement and commenting and community is something that you do have to spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. I'm not gonna go back on that, but your content has to portray your personality and your story and your journey. Because if you don't include your personal aspect of life in your LinkedIn strategy content, it's just going to be boring, and you're going to blend in with your other 9 competitors that offer the same thing as you. So you have to realize, as business owners and as freelancers, you might think, oh, I don't want to share the personal side of, myself, because I want to keep it all business. But if you're after clients and you've got competitors that are relating to more people than you online, you're going to have to start sharing some personal stuff. So I share quite a bit on LinkedIn. This is all down to your personal preference. However much you want to share, however much you're willing for people to get to know you, right? So LinkedIn is a very personal platform. I know that, and I teach this. You need to share some shizzle, right? You need to have some things that you have to share about yourself. So here is what I share about myself, okay? So I'm all for sharing personal stories and relating it back to business, because at the end of the day, people buy into you. So you need to stand out, especially on LinkedIn, right? So not everyone's going to relate to this, because not everyone's got medical problems, but as you can see my x-rays, right? And I've been through a few different procedures and problems with my lungs, right? It's called a pneumothorax. I've had 3 pneumothoraxes, which is 3 collapsed lungs, and it's an invisible illness. So I talk about this on LinkedIn, not for sympathy, not for people to think, oh, that's really sad, like to raise awareness for visible illnesses. That's what I do. My personal brand includes all of my invisible illnesses, which is pneumothoraxes and endometriosis. I talk about being a business owner with the invisible illnesses. I talk about just having an invisible illness, because sometimes it is harder than people think, and sometimes people don't realize because it's invisible. So that is included in my personal brand. I also talk about working from home. So obviously in this picture here, I'm a working from home gal. I love working from home. I love the flexibility. I love being able to nip into the kitchen and get my cup of tea and whatever. However, it can be lonely, right? Let's be honest. I know there's some days where I have not spoken to a soul, and it's 3 p.m. and I'm like, wow, I'm sitting in my room and I haven't spoken to anyone. And I know people can relate to that. So I talk about it on LinkedIn. Everything that's about me as a business owner is what I talk about on LinkedIn. I talk about being a young woman in business that has its own challenges. even a young male in business, like doesn't, like, whatever you've been through, or whatever aspects of business that have challenged you or have been a positive, you can talk about on LinkedIn and make a really good story and make engagement. So I talk about obviously being a young business owner. I talk about, like, I've had comments about being a blonde in business, like, you know, just people making assumptions, and I just talk about it all on LinkedIn, and it really does work. It creates engagement and it creates comments. So from sharing my story, my honest opinion, and my honest journey, what actually makes me different, my LinkedIn insights, leads and growth doubled, quadrupled, and I never looked back. So you might be thinking, did that actually happen? And yes, it actually did. When I started talking about my invisible illnesses, my struggles as a business owner, the reality behind being a business owner, everything like that, I opened up myself on LinkedIn. It blew up. My first post got over 1,000 reactions and 100,000 impressions. It was ridiculous, the amount of messages I got. And still to this day, my content overtakes my engagement because my content is pretty on a good level, but you have to obviously learn how to do that. So yeah, I can't recommend enough being more personal on LinkedIn, because at the end of the day, if you offer a service and you're just speaking about that service on LinkedIn, people are going to get bored of it. They need to actually get to know you first before they know what you offer. So how you can do it yourself, obviously, because not everyone has got an invisible illness like me, and that's obviously really good. But if you are struggling to think about what to talk about, you need to think about what you have been through as an individual or a business owner that has made you a stronger version of yourself. So it might have been something in your personal life, your business life. It might not even be anything personal at all, but something within your business industry or career. You might have been made redundant, you might have lost your job, you might have quit, like all them stuff. You can turn that negative into a positive and show how you made a comeback after that. And then you share it and you incorporate it in your content strategy. If you're struggling to do this, please message me, because I would love to help. I know from even just talking to someone for 5 minutes, I can think of something to talk about them, because people just think, oh, I've got nothing to talk about, but people forget how interesting they are. I'm pretty sure everyone's got at least 10 things they can talk about without even having to think about it. And yeah, so that is the little slides that I had. It's very, very, very simple. You just have to think about what you've been through as a person, as an individual, that you know you've spoken back to people in your whole life, and share about it, because it is not too personal. Obviously, don't talk about a row you just had with your partner or something, but talk about something that actually was a struggle maybe at one time, or was a really big impactful event, and now you think of it, wow, that shaped me into who I am today. And now it's time for a Q&A. So if anyone does have any questions, even if you're watching this on record and you're thinking, oh, like, I really don't know I really wanted to ask for a question, but I didn't get the chance, pop me a message on LinkedIn or Instagram. My messages are always open, and I'd love to help as many of you as possible.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Olivia. Great. Just emphasizing that point, really. Any questions for Olivia? Great to see.
I don't even know how to use this platform, so I can't see anyone.
That's all right.
I'll stop sharing my screen.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
there we go. We can go back to we're in a gallery mode.
Steve asked me a question
In the Q&A. Yeah, let's see. Steve's put, how often do you post? So
okay, so this is a bit of a controversial topic, right? Everyone thinks you have to post every day, and you don't. Especially on LinkedIn, you don't have to post every day. You can post 3 times a week. And if you find that hard, which isn't that hard, you can do twice a week. It's more about making sure your content's actually good and not just posting for the sake of it. However, you have to engage every day. If you're posting twice or 3 times a week, that's great. If you're engaging twice a week, that's not great. You need to be engaging every single day, 5 days a week. And if you can on the weekend, I don't on the weekend, so don't put that pressure on yourself. But 5 days a week, 10 minutes a day, get on LinkedIn and start commenting.
great. That's really cool. Whilst you were chatting away there, I was just this is I'm going to share it in the chat. There's a web link to LinkedIn. If you've got a creator profile on LinkedIn, it basically goes to the LinkedIn stats, so you can see which have been your most popular posts. Obviously, having a strategy to kind of work that out and understand which posts have generated more awareness than others is really helpful. And let's have a look at my stats. Just want to share this with you guys. So interestingly, I've gone for the last 365 days, and I'm just looking at impressions for the last year. Wait for this to reload. Oh, it's gone. Let me go back. So my most kind of, I mean, my stats are tiddly really, probably compared to yours, Olivia. But interestingly, one of the biggest posts that I was, again, it was a personal post, very much tapping into the fact that I turned 40. It was the worst picture I think my daughter took it of me blowing out a few candles on the birthday.
But it's reality, isn't it?
That's right. And these posts are the ones that people love, 22 comments on that one. The next most popular post was when I launched my LinkedIn newsletter. It was just my personal faith story, and that one resonated. So, which is great. And then there's a couple more which are kind of masterclasses. The fourth one was when I met the Archbishop Justin Welby. He came down for a breakfast, and those are the kind of the. Just goes to show they're the poignant moments. Just going up to London to visit my business coach and attend one of his conferences. It's not kind of what I would normally typically post around in my kind of 13 weeks of content cycle. But yeah, that's great. I've put a few other videos out there, family videos like playing games. I mean, this is a proud parent moment. My son my 5-year-old having sports day. It was literally like a few seconds clip, but it seems that when you put your personality into it and you put these little moments out there, they do generate the most leads. So it'd be good to see what maybe what stuff's worked for you in the past. I don't know if you've got any examples that you
one of the best ones that has worked for me, and it works for all of my clients and works for people that I always train, is the timeline of your career. It's a content idea that just works for everyone, because every timeline is different, but it shows what you've been through, what went wrong, if you tried uni and it didn't work, if you tried a job, if you've been through 10 jobs and you didn't like any of them. Like mine goes, I was at school, went to finish sixth form, everyone was going uni, I didn't want to go uni, I had no idea what I wanted to learn, and then lockdown happened. No, I took a gap year. What lockdown happened, so I was furloughed, and then I started my company in lockdown. So mine is quite a short one, but if it weren't for lockdown, I wouldn't have had my business. So every cloud has a silver lining, basically, and so you can really see that in your own timeline. So I'd be interested to see your timeline as well, because obviously you've definitely had more years than me. I'd love to see what you've actually had to go through.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I actually wrote a TED style talk. I went to deliver it at a school assembly last week around the corner from me, and it was quite a nerve-wracking experience when you get to do public speaking. But in front of about 300 students, it was just giving my timeline, my story, inspiring them, which was quite cool. So I might extract some of the information from that and put it out there as a bit of a timeline. Richard's put his aim is to help people with maths and stuff. So some sort of course. Is there a place for his story in his lesson modules?
What, in his modules that he's teaching? Do you reckon that's what he meant?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I know when I share, it tells people that you're teaching that you're a genuine human. Like, we're not just robots behind the screen. If, like, I know when I was at school, if you're teaching maths, let me take back to when I was at school. Like, everyone was interested in what the teacher's personal life was. Sorry, but wasn't everyone interested? Everyone in this planet is nosy, and if you aren't, you're lying, because everyone wants to know a little bit about you. So I would 100% include a little bit about your personal life. Like, at the end of the day, we're humans. Like, you've actually got a life behind the screen. You've actually got a life behind what you're doing at a job. Like, everyone's got a life. So 100% include a little bit, because then your students will feel like they know you, feel familiar with you, and then trust you more as well with your teachings.
Yeah. So, yeah, bit of thought there for you, Richard. Hopefully you can work out how to weave that into maybe some of the stuff you're doing. Maybe have an intro or something, or put it on the end of the course, maybe.
Yeah, just a little get to know me slide, or a little so my maths journey started I didn't start with maths. Like, you could say how you got into maths and how you got into teaching, because obviously not everyone is born knowing what they want to do, and you might have fell into this by accident, so you could really like start talking about that as well.
That's cool. Any other further questions? I'm just going to hop onto LinkedIn just to the live stream just to see if there's anything coming up on there today. Nothing on there as of yet, but obviously it goes out and there'll be a replay. There's 4 people watching it at the start, so there's at least a few people out there.
Yeah,
great.
100%. No, I've really enjoyed this. Thank you for letting me
Yeah,
jump on.
so if people want to know a little bit more about yourself, Olivia, and where they can learn more and about what you're up to, what's the best
Let
place
me
to
get my link for LinkedIn. I've just put it in the chat. That's my link for LinkedIn, but also I'm on Instagram as well at Olivia May Marketing. Let me get that link up as well. And you can anyone can message me, direct message me, any questions, and I'm happy to help. Send me a voice note. I love listening to them.
Brilliant, awesome. Well, it's been fantastic to have you on the session. Hopefully, it's helped a few others think about getting over that, the issue of getting themselves out there and putting themselves out there. You just got to get on with it and do it, haven't you? And
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much. Feel free to.
You're welcome. Thanks, everyone.
Check Olivia's profile out, hook up with her, see what she's up to. And if you're interested in Leadith and the lead generation masterclass, more of these types of sessions, you can learn more about that at leadith.io/masterclass. That will take you to a registration page, and you'll get a weekly email with updates in terms of the next sessions. We actually run through a 13-week program, but it'd be great to have you part of that program. And you get to hear from amazing guest speakers like Olivia today. Okay, well, thanks very much. There's no further comments or chats, so
I'll see you on LinkedIn, Alex.
Brilliant. Yes, definitely. Thank you. We'll do it again another time.
Yes.